Michael Greco. He's an anarchist, and we want to ask him some questions about anarchism. The first question is, under anarchism, and all these questions are assuming that we have an anarchist society. Will some criminal gangs extort and attack people that are not protected by DROs or security agencies, and or DROs that don't have any military or police power?
Can you define DRO?
Oh, those are defense rights organizations, I think.
Okay. So
That is just a
private, almost like a private.
Yeah, these
security?
are security agencies.
Okay.
Security, just call them security agencies. I mean, under anarchism, people would gravitate towards security agencies, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Not everyone, but
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe not everyone. I think that fundamentally, security is a big thing for people, and even in a quote stateless society, there's going to be things like that. Your question was: is there still going to be people that are going to extort, or are you saying like take advantage of other people? You mean like through violence?
yes.
Yeah, I think that's still going to happen. I don't proclaim that anarchism is a perfect solution to anything, and I definitely think there's going to be problems with anything because it has to do with human beings. I think that a lot of people, when you bring up, well, I like to I think I'd like to use the term voluntary society a little bit more. I would say I'm a quote anarchist because I don't think people should have rulers. But I think that a lot of people assume that when you propose something like this, like to say, oh, well, what about this? And people are like, oh, well, what are you going to do if this happens? What are you going to do if this happens? It seems like when you propose something that's different than the status quo, quote unquote, everyone wants a perfect answer. Well, your system, is it going to take care of this, this, this? And my response is always, well, I don't know. I mean, you're saying, what about this problem, but we have all these problems now. People are going to say, well, what about people who are going to run around murdering? And I'm like, well, we have like 10, I don't know how many, over 10, 12,000 murders in the U.S. I don't even know how many it is. And we have a, quote, government now. I mean, I don't think that it's going to be solved by an anarchist society. I do think there's still going to be problems, absolutely.
Okay, so I think we agree on this fundamental point, which is there's going to be violations of individual rights either under limited government or either anarchism, and I'm just going to explore various scenarios with you regarding the violation of individual rights under the anarchist society. Anarchist. So that's what I'm trying to. This is what my questions are directed to, and I wonder if we can agree on this: that criminals seek out people that can't defend themselves, or that are weak, and in other words, they don't attack the people that are strong, that can defend themselves. They try to find victims or targets that are weak. You agree with that?
I mean, obviously the risk is lower for somebody doing that. I mean, you're going to go for an easier target than something that you think might overpower you.
Okay, so my question was, under an anarchism, will the criminals seek out those people that don't have protection of security agencies, or security agencies that don't have any police powers, that they don't have enough armaments to defend against a well-organized criminal gang?
I think so. I think that it would probably be like now. We have people that go to a school and murder a bunch of children because they know there's not going to be any guns there. I don't think that would be any different in an anarchist society if somebody chose to live on a hill 1,000 miles away from anybody, and you don't know what that person has. I mean, I think in the United States, it's more of a risk breaking into people's houses because you don't know if that person has a gun. That's something a lot of people don't know the statistics of, are not kept very well, but there's a huge number of things like that are thwarted because of somebody that owns a firearm in their house.
Right, but in principle, it's the government's function under a limited government to protect the citizens' life and their property. So anybody you pick off the street anybody is supposed to have this protection. Now, in some ghettos, unfortunately and horribly, they don't have the protection, but mostly in most parts of the United States, the government, if you call the police, they will come and try to protect you, or if they're there, they will intervene and try to protect you. But in an anarchist society, you wouldn't have that general protection of all citizens. You would have only the protection of the security agencies who would protect some people if they paid for the fee, and if they didn't pay, they wouldn't protect them, right?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say that, but I mean, we have this, quote, blanket security apparatus like you're talking about now, but I wouldn't say that